This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Salem Hemisphere model 270 FKS. So this is just a how-to video. I'm going to show you some of the features and how they work. Okay, so first of all, we have a power stabilizer jack. So one switch controls both rear jacks, and then of course the one up front controls both front jacks. Just extend and retract. You don't lift the trailer with the jacks, you just take the movement out of it, take the wiggle out of it, okay? Also, we've got a power awning with LED strip. Outside speakers, we've got a TV signal out plus power plus a mounting bracket if you want to put a TV outside. Right now this is winterized, so your water heater is bypassed and is empty. So keep that in mind. You never run it empty when you're getting ready to camp. You know, by then it'll be de-winterized and you'll have fill in the tank. So just make sure you never try to turn on the electric heating element or the gas while the water heater tank is empty. Okay. Right here you can see you've got a switch. This switch controls the heating element that's behind this cover here. There's also switches inside, but I just want you to know that this one is here. So you're going to have to, once you're ready to start camping in it, and if there's water in the tank and everything, you can turn that on, and you also use the switches inside. This is where you drain it right here. That takes an 1 1/16" 6-point socket. Okay. And it also has an anode rod attached to it, so it's very long. Like I said, the switches are inside. I'll show you those when we get in here. Alright, come on now. Will I be able to do it one-handed? Yes. Okay, so this is obviously the front switch for your front stabilizers. This is a spray port. You get a coiled sprayer with it. It's just a blue coiled sprayer with a spray gun on it. There'll probably be another place that you can plug that in on this trailer too. We'll keep our eyes open. Down here, this is a quick connect for your LP fitting. You see the blue cap there? It's right there. Okay, that's good. So that's where you connect your griddle to the LP system. So you're going to use this hose here. It's got a quick connect here for the grill side, and then for the side under the trailer that I just showed you, it's got this male. So you have to plug this into the LP system before you can use it. And then you have just a regular AC refrigerator outside here. Okay. You have a power tongue jack. The thing to know about the power tongue jack is if it happens to fail, it's still a little wet here. If it happens to fail, you can pull this cap off and use a crank. The crank should be in the trailer somewhere. I'll have to keep my eyes open. But you actually can crank it manually. So you can always get hitched and unhitched, even if you have a power issue. Okay. You got 2 LP tanks and a deep cycle marine battery. This is part of your hitch system here. We'll show you how that operates when you pick up. Now in here, this is a kill switch for the battery right here, if you ever want to shut it off. Now this is kind of hard to see here, but so I'll just sort of talk. What you're gonna, basically the menu button is the one you're gonna use. It's right now, let me get close. Okay, we're only gaining 1 point. It's waffling back and forth, but here, let me just start over here with the lid up. 13.2 volts in the battery. Kilowatt hours. Right here, this is what we're gaining from the sun that's being stored in your battery. So it's 1.3 amps right now. Your solar panels are producing that much electricity and storing it. Then it has amp hours, of course, and back to, I gotta come back around again here. Then back to the battery voltage. So it tells you everything you need to know, and then some stuff which isn't really relevant. I don't know why they bother, but I guess it's better to have more information than less. So that's your solar controller. You have slide toppers on all your slide outs. Down here, some dump valves, right? Always remember, if you don't know this, the large dump valve is always the black one. The smaller gray one like that, that's always water, wastewater, sink and shower water, or kitchen sink water, whatever. So most people dump the black first and then the gray because it's cleaner water, of course. Back here is the outside shower. So this is your city water connection right here. So you're just gonna, if you have city water, you just put your hose right on here, turn it on, and all the plumbing in your trailer works. Now, if you're going to a campground that doesn't have plumbing, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank here, and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. And this one up here is your black tank flush. So after you dump your black tank, leave the valve open, hook the hose at the dump station on here, turn it on, it'll spray the inside of your black tank out. It'll clean off the sensor so you get a good reading, an accurate reading. So if there's a working hose at the dump station, you should always use this. And this is park cable and satellite here. You're pre-wired for a backup camera, so if you ever want to add one, that's where it will go. You also have a ladder, which is great for roof inspection. Manufacturers state generally that you should inspect the roof every 90 days, so keep that in mind. You want to look at all the sealant, make sure there's no cracking or separation where water could get through. Make sure there's no damage to roof attachments or materials by low branches or road debris, stuff like that. You're just giving an inspection. Odds are it'll be years before you ever have to do anything, but that's why you're inspecting it, just to protect your investment, basically. Okay? Because you never know. Alright, so the guy who prepped this one, he set your hitch in here. Normally it will be in the back compartment, but when you come to pick up, we'll show you how this works. This is a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. So we'll show you how that operates. And that's your dump hose right there, of course. Alright, so right here you have your control panel. You have your slide outs here, and then your power awning here. Never leave the power awning out unattended, okay? It can get damaged in just an instance with the wind and the weather, so always make sure it's rolled in when you're not there. These are just lights here, okay? Your water pump right here. Remember I told you if you're pumping fresh water out of the tank, then you need that pump on. You just turn it on and leave it on because it's got a pressure switch, so when the pressure builds up, it shuts off, the pump shuts off. So when you open a faucet, the pressure will drop and it'll turn back on, so it'll work automatically in that sense. Now your water heater on electric right here, remember no, that's actually gas right there. On electric it's here. Remember I showed you there's another switch outside in the lower left hand corner for the electric heating element. And never run it without water in it. Fresh water is empty, your battery's charged. You only have one black tank in here, so you're just number one, or one toilet, I mean number one. And you have two gray tanks, so it'll be 1 and 2. They just use the standard panel, you know, some have more. Your gray tanks will be, this will probably be number 2 here. It almost always is. So this is the one for your kitchen sink will be a separate gray tank. And then over here in your bathroom, the sink and shower is the other gray tank. All right, and of course the black one is your toilet. So this graduates up in 1/3 increments as it goes. The LEDs light up. Once you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping your gray and black tanks. Okay. Now this is the refrigerator is a 12-volt DC compressor refrigerator. So it's just like you want at home, but it runs off 12 volts instead of 110 AC. So there you have it right there. Always make sure that you latch it so the doors don't get dented and dinged up. Okay, so let me see here. Okay. This device here is your power converter. What this does, it converts AC to DC power. So it takes 110 AC, normal household current when you're plugged in, and you have this is the distribution panel here. It also has circuit breakers just like you'd see at home, and then they're all labeled. Okay, then the power is converted to 12 volt DC. On this side you got 12 volt fuses and they're labeled. So this is also a battery tender. So it's smart in the sense that it'll see how much energy your battery needs, and if it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs. If it's topped off, and it'll just maintain it with a couple amps, trickling a couple amps to it. So keep that in mind. This will charge your battery when you're plugged in. Now when you're towing down the road, the alternator on your tow vehicle is charging your battery then. Plus you have a solar panel. Okay, so 3 ways to charge it. Now if any of these fuses were to blow, they'll actually light up and you can see them glowing through this tinted plastic. Okay, right there. But like I said, converts AC to DC power, and it keeps your battery charged. That's the power converter. Okay. So the microwave works like any other microwave. Okay, let me look right outside the door for a minute, see if I forgot to tell you about something. I can't remember if I did or did not. I guess not. I'm having second thoughts here. Hold on. I gotta look to be happy. Yes, I did forget it. Okay, so this device up here is the vent for your range hood. So if you're venting to the outside, you have to reach up here, and there's a baffle right here. You got to make sure you pull on it and free it up so it flaps freely. So anytime you're using the fan or the vent hood, you want that flapping freely so it vents to the outside. Otherwise, when you're traveling or in storage, you can just snap it shut. Okay. Back inside. And that was for this right here, obviously your range hood. You got a light, and then you got a fan. So make sure you free up the baffle. This is all self-explanatory stuff. Your keys are hanging on the sink here. Now this shouldn't be here. It should be put someplace else, but that's the sprayer I told you about. And this is a reducer. You get, for your 50 amp system, you get 2 reducers. You get one that reduces it from 50 to 30, and then this one goes from 30 to 20, so you can plug it in at home. You can't run your air conditioner at home on a regular 20 amp circuit. It'll eventually pop the circuit breaker, but everything else you can run no problem. Self-explanatory there. These are just theater seats. This is the ripcord, of course. And you come this way, obviously the regular TV like any other TV. Now this one is on a swing out bracket, you can see. Plus they gave you straps, so you actually, when you're traveling, you strap it so it doesn't fling around and get damaged. But you can pull it out and adjust it any way you want because it is in on a swing out bracket. Now your sound here, this plays CDs and DVDs obviously. It has Bluetooth so you can stream wirelessly with your phone or tablet. USB so you can take all your favorite albums with you and keep them on a USB stick. It's got AM FM radio, so it does a lot. It has 2 speaker zones, A and B. A is inside the trailer, B is outside the trailer. So it does everything you need, and it also has all the radio functions of presets and things like that too. So this down here is your fireplace. There's a remote for all 3 of these things here. Let me go, maybe I can find him here. I'm not sure where he keeps them. This is it said our preppers is a new guy. Here. So these are your remotes right here. This is the fireplace remote. That's your stereo, and that's your TV, obviously. Now, with the fireplace, let me just open this up here if I can do it with one hand. Okay, so there you go. So obviously you turn it on, obviously, and you've got different features. You can set this fan speed there, it's low, high, right? So, whoops, I just did it again. There we go. So we'll leave it on high for now. So you can also change the appearance of the crystals, right? And then you can change the appearance of the fire. That looks pretty cool right there. And it also has a timer on it, so you can set the timer to turn it on, you know, an hour before you get up in the morning, or leave it on and shut off when you go to sleep, whatever you want to use it for. The thing is, it's a good space heater, and it works on regular AC power, so you've got a limited supply of LP, of course, so on those days when you just need to take the chill out, you can just turn this on and it'll do just fine, and you won't use up any of your LP. Okay, that's that. Let me look around here, see if there's anything in this room that I missed. I think we're good. Yes? Oh, this is your carbon monoxide and LP gas detector right here. It should always be green. If it's not green, get it serviced. Also, if it goes off, you take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut the gas off, and figure out what's going on. Thermostat is very simple. You just hit the mode bar to light it up, and then you go through the 3 different modes: heat, fan, and AC. Fan is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. It just circulates air. Okay. All right. So to winterize your unit, just so you know, the antifreeze inlet and that stuff is right in here. That's what that sticker's telling us. And it's held in with 2 screws. All the screws in this trailer are number 2 square-headed screws. So if you don't have a square-headed bit for your drill, you got to get one, or a square-headed screwdriver, number 2. All right. So just so you know, that's where that's at. The toilet works like any other RV toilet in that this one has a pedal, but you flush it with the pedal. Directly below is the black tank. So the idea is, after you hook up your trailer and your power and your water, you come in here, you put 1 dose of chemical in the bowl. All right. Then you step on the pedal. Water will come swirling out because we have water in it. So water will come swirling out and wash the chemical into the black tank, and then you let about a gallon or so of water go in there also. Some people use more, it's up to you, but the main thing is you have to have chemical and water in it before you start using it. Otherwise the smell will be terrible, and excuse me, it also can get clogged up. So anytime you're starting off with an empty black tank, you have to put chemical and water in it. Okay, so this is obviously your other fold-out step. You have sliding doors to the bathroom and to the living area. There's storage underneath here. Okay. And then, let's see what we've got here. I'm sorry about my camera work here. I'm not the best that ever was. So you have storage here. Hanging storage, wardrobe stuff. Let me shut that off for now. I didn't realize. This one also has if you put the switch in the right position, this one will also, what's the word I'm looking for? It's motion activated, okay? Okay, and over here, this is, right now you can use it to hang clothes, but it's also plumbed and prepped for a washer-dryer combo. So if you wanted to, you could add a stackable washer-dryer combo right here. You see the plumbing and the power. And we have to add a vent, but other than that, that's it. Okay. So this, because it's a 50 amp system, this vent here, you can't see the sticker very well, but this is prepped for a second air conditioner. So if you wanted to add an air conditioner to the bedroom, it would fit right in here. The vent comes out, the air conditioner fits in, and you're all set. So keep that in mind. You always have that option. These are TV hookups here. Okay. All right. I think that about does it. Let me look around a little bit. Okay, yep, looks like we've got it. So, first of all, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Second of all, I want to remind you to inspect your roof regularly. It's important. People generally don't do it enough. Not all people, but a lot of them don't. So you want to protect your investment. And right now I'm seeing water in the system, but I believe that the water heater is still bypassed. We'll find out for sure, so we can tell you that when you get here. But like I said, I didn't prep this one, so I'm a little. Right now we're sort of in transition between winterizing and not winterizing. So okay, thank you very much.